What is going on, everybody? So today I'm going to finally start weight reduction. Got the quarter-mile times in the other video, so I got my baseline. So today I'm going to start kind of removing weight. I don't know if I'll get to everything, but the goal is to get the speakers, head unit, just basically anything to do with the stereo system, back seats, trunk lining, spare tire, all that stuff. And then I think probably another day, probably not today, another day I'll get the air conditioner removed, and then maybe a couple other things, cruise control, stuff like that, and then see where we're at. I'll take it back at some point to the weigh station and get it weighed. I'm thinking with everything I'm going to remove, I'll probably get about 100 pounds off of it, which according to, like, I guess most internet statistics, 100 pounds is the equivalent of 1/10 in the quarter mile. So we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So taking the bottom half of the back seat out, and this is going to be the same for any 94 to 2004 Mustang. There are these little sections here with a little button on it underneath the seat. What I do is I just stick my hand under the seat like this until I find it, push that in, and then you got to push that in, and then it releases the seat here. Then you just push the seat belts through, and voila, the seat comes out. All right, so I got the top half of the back seat out. Pretty easy, just 3 10mm bolts. And then to get the rest of this full back seat off, it's bolted in with 2 10mm bolts right there. So I'm just gonna pop those off, and the whole seat will come out. As far as this goes, just a pull string on top to pull it up, and then this comes down both sides, and that's what kind of gets you to let's see if I can't get a little better picture. Gets you to these bolts here. All right, so the last 2 bolts are going to be these 8mm. I'm going to see if I can't get a better picture here. Yeah, they're back in there, one on each side. Pop those out, and those are the last two screws for this top portion of the back seat. All right, so the top half of the back seat is removed. It was there were 3 8mm bolts on the bottom part of the top half. I'll show you guys here. It's like one right there, one right here, and one down here. So once you get the 2 10mm at the top, there's 3 8mm at the bottom, and then that is what takes this top half of the back seat out. All right, so I just popped out the top cover for the back windshield that kind of covers the speakers. There were 2 of those plastic clips. Just pop those out, and that whole thing comes out. As you can see, I got a lot of wiring crap here from, I guess, previous owner had a sub or something in the back. Like, there's drill holes and stuff in the trunk where I guess they had mounted an amp or a sub or something, but kind of sucks. But I'm gonna get all this crap out of here and get the seat belts out, and then take them back speakers out of the rear window there. All right, guys, so I just unbolted the rear speaker that sits on the back window. Well, like the whole setup, I guess it's 2 speakers, a couple tweeters. Wasn't even connected, so that's kind of funny, huh? I don't listen to music, so I didn't even realize that it wasn't working back here. So not a big deal at all. Kind of makes it easier for me anyways. So I'm gonna pull this out and then get the seat belts off for the rear seat belts. All right, so I got the back gutted. I took the bottom half of, I guess, what you would call the inside quarter panels out on both sides, and then got the rear seat belts out, which I think those were about probably 2 pounds each. And I also took out the sound deadening material, and I left the top part of the quarter panel up because I think it still looks pretty good like that. The harness you see here is for the rear speakers. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to follow this, pull the carpet and trim up, follow this up until I see some kind of connection, so I can disconnect it, get rid of that. Other than that, there's a speaker wire over there, that white one that you see. I'll have to follow that up as well, and then follow these other speaker wires up, pull all those out. Trying to get the car, you know, looking as clean as possible. This is another wire that was for the speaker. It looks like it's tapped into the defroster, which I haven't decided if I want to get rid of that yet or not. I think it might be a good thing to have on colder days, even though this is like a weekend and a track car. I just feel like I might be using that defrost at some point. Anyways, I'm gonna have to detail this a little bit. You can see how dusty it is and how dirty it all is. So that'll be coming up too. I'll probably make a separate video for that. Just keep this one to the weight reduction and do a separate video for cleaning the inside up. But yeah, you can see how all that dust and everything. I vacuumed, but it's gonna have to be scrubbed down a little bit, I think. Also, I'm gonna have to do something about some of these holes that were either drilled in here or that had screws in them, and I took them out. You know, because I don't want gases and stuff, exhaust gases, fumes coming in the car when I'm driving it, especially if I got the windows up. So that'll probably be another video, the same video I think that I'm going to be cleaning everything up. I'll probably fill those holes in with something, figure that out. But yeah, this is how it looks. I'll take you guys over to everything I took out. Like I said, the bottom halves of the quarter panels, quite a bit of wiring for the speakers, aftermarket speakers. I took the whole speaker part out on the back, which this is actually probably what was one of the heaviest things. I would say that probably weighs 20 pounds. Seat belts, I'd say 4 pounds, both of them, so you got 24 pounds there. Maybe 2 pounds, a pound. Rear seat, they say, is 40 pounds. So, I mean, I'm thinking I probably got rid of close to 70 pounds today. 60 to 70 pounds just off the stuff I took out. Actually, including the spare tire, I'm probably over 100 pounds now as far as stuff I took out. So I'll get a rear shot for you guys too here, so you can see the trunk. And like I said, I'll be getting rid of that harness there, but that's it. So there's a spare tire over there. So yeah, I think I probably got rid of close to 100 pounds today, if not a little bit more. I still have the front speakers, got the ones in the door, the one on the door, I guess that's like a little tweeter, and then the head unit up there. And I think all that stuff will probably total about 10 pounds or so. So I mean, 110 pounds roughly, that's just estimating. Pretty good, considering, you know, I wasn't ever going to have anybody in the back seat anyways with me, and I don't listen to the music anyways, so it's kind of stupid just to leave all that stuff in here. So but that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna get to pulling that harness out and those wiring, and then get to the other speakers and head unit, and I'll get a follow-up video with you guys. All right, everybody. So I've got the door cover off here on the passenger side. I already did the driver's side. Took the tweeter out and the speaker out. And so the speaker wasn't even wired up, and you could see the crap that they got going on here. Jerry-rigged junk. So basically, after going through this vehicle, only one speaker in the entire thing was connected. All the other ones were not connected. So as I get into this vehicle more and more, I'm realizing that I got such a good deal on it for a reason. It was basically everything that was done on it was half-ass. Not a big deal though, I was gonna remove all the speakers anyways, so the fact that they weren't connected, it kind of made my job easier. So yeah, I got everything out here. I'm gonna do a little weight stuff in the next video, see how much some of this stuff weighs. It's like all this speakers and audio stuff, and then like the spare tire, stuff like that. And I'll post up the weights, and then eventually, it might be a couple weeks from now, I'll get back to the grain scale and weigh the whole vehicle with me in it again, and see how much weight I was able to take off since I took all this stuff out the back. And then probably down the road, I'll get rid of the sound deadening material. Looks like it's going to be a little bit of a task. I'm probably going to have to get some dry ice. That seems to be the easiest way. And then once I get all that removed, I'll clean it up real nice, repaint where paint's needed, and then make it, you know, look pretty good back here. All right, so with the exception of the seats and the sound deadening material and possibly the ceiling, the weight reduction on the interior is done. I took out, well, I take that back, the steering wheel too. I'm going to be replacing this with the one without a airbag in it, so that'll save some weight as well. But I got all the speakers out, got the tweeters out, got the door speakers, rear speakers out, the head unit. So there was an aftermarket head unit in here, so it was already a little bit, you know, lighter than the stock one, but I took the aftermarket one out. Not sure if they make a little pocket like this for this. I know they make like a little gauge pod thing that fits there, which I might end up doing, and get like a wideband and a couple other gauges that I might need put in there. But yeah, so, you know, that's all empty in there. Looks pretty clean in there now without all that wiring. I'll take you guys over here and show you what we got. So this whole basket here is all the speaker stuff with the exception of the rear speakers. And I got a scale here, so I'm going to go ahead and weigh this right now. Pick this up here. So 15.4 pounds minus probably a pound that the basket weighs. So I mean, I got rid of 14 pounds just in speaker audio related stuff. Here, actually, you know what? I'll dump all this stuff out here real quick, and I'll just weigh the basket. How about that? Yeah, so the basket doesn't even show up. So basically, yeah, we got 15 pounds of audio stuff there. And I'll go ahead and throw this thing on here. Let's see, this thing has got to weigh, I'd say, at least 20 pounds. Let's see what we got. 18.4 pounds. So right there is 33 pounds in audio stuff that I was able to remove. Got the rear door panels, which I don't know if these would even show up on the weight on the scale here. We'll see. No, they're not showing up, but I'd say they probably weigh about a pound each. Seat belts. I can throw these in the basket real quick here. See what these weigh. £6. So 6 pounds for the rear seat belts. I'm sure this thing here probably weighs about a pound, it feels like. This here is probably about 2 pounds. Rear seat, we can do the rear seat. Let's see, let's move some of this stuff around here. I'm just gonna go ahead and weigh whatever I can get my hands on here. So hang tight, guys. I might put this back in actually, just for looks. We'll do the bottom half of the rear seat. Let's see what this thing weighs. 15, 16, about 15 pounds, 14 pounds. So, you know, there's 30, let's see, 33, 34, 35, 41, 54 pounds already that I've gotten rid of. I'd say this, you know, the floor mats, this back pad, this wood thing, it's probably a pound, 2 pounds. So we'll say 56 pounds. We'll weigh the top half, which is supposed to be the heavier half of the back seat. Yeah, this thing's a little bit heavy. £32. So there's 80 what are we at now? About 87 pounds, 86 pounds. So not bad, you know. Looks a lot cleaner. Lost 87 pounds. We'll check out the spare tire here, see what it weighs real quick. My car, like I mentioned before, my car didn't come with a jack or anything like that, any tools, so wow, 31 pounds. So yeah, we are at what, 118 pounds roughly. So pretty good. I was wanting to lose about 100 pounds. Hoping I could lose 100 pounds just off that stuff. So pretty excited there. I'm surprised about how much the audio stuff weighed. I mean, what did I say, like 30 something pounds just on audio. And the back seat was, you know, the next biggest thing, and then seat belts were pretty decent. I mean, 6 pounds, I think, and it's not enough to matter, but you know, overall, so a little over 100 pounds I got rid of. Hopefully that's another 1/10 in the quarter. Hopefully I can get, you know, a low 14 with it now. I plan to also remove the air conditioner, and I saw online that the AC, all the stuff with it is like 30 pounds, which I think it might be more than that. I don't know, we'll have to check it out, but I could get the AC removed and also run a smaller belt and get the compressor off of the engine, and that'll free up a little bit of power, I'm sure. So yeah, I mean, pretty excited with that. I'm not sure if I'm going to remove the passenger seat when I go to the track next. I read online that's about 30 or 40 pounds too, so I mean that would put me at about $150 total weight loss. So we'll see. Got something pretty excited. Actually, I got the box out here. I'll go ahead and show you guys for the next video. Got my gear set in. So we got the motive, all the bearings, royal purple gear oil, and then the 410 gears. Those are going in a couple days, so I'll have a video of that. I was gonna try to get my GoPro hooked up and get a couple pulls with the stock gearing, and then get a couple pulls afterwards once I get the 410s in. But yeah, so with this weight loss, with the 410s going in, I'm gonna be trying to get to the track next Wednesday, which is about 11 days away. Try to get to the track and hopefully get some you know, mid to upper, I guess, 13-second runs. It'd be cool if I could get a 13.5, but I'm suspecting I'll probably get about a 13.6, 13.7, which is pretty good still. Keep in mind, you know, everything's still stock. It's got the exhaust and the MSD coils, but other than that, it'll just have the gears and the weight reduction. So stay tuned for that video. It's coming up. 410 gears, I'm pretty excited. So yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you like what's going on. I'm gonna get definitely get some runs at the drag strip and get that on video with the GoPro, since I got that suction cup mount now. So I'll be getting some good videos coming up, I promise. I know it's been kind of lame here lately with just oil changes, transmission fluid changes, stuff like that, but we're getting down to the good stuff now, so it's gonna be worth watching.